down for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been magic, with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like it's...
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
56 to Mike, boy, 56. Check, 56.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13. And on that one, it'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Big gain, but a fumble. but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They were looking for Johnson that time.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off with their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. First down, Murray. That is wrapped up. 7 for him on the year.
Good one right there.
And tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kevin White with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On the return is Peterson. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
At the 26-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And an alley to run. Murray has the first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Kyler Murray, a 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down. Throwing on first down is Murray. Fitzgerald's got it right side. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. The young buck finding the veteran there. There is 14 years separating Kyler Murray and Larry Fitzgerald. Murray turning 22 back on August 7th. And on August 31st, Larry Fitzgerald turned 36. But these two guys like each other, and it shows on the field. Murray now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
On the Seahawks 31-yard line.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Open man is Kirk, complete. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Second and goal at the Seahawks 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
55. Silver. 55's my guy, 55. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby. Woo! Truck. Mike, 55.
Murray now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kevin White with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And the Seahawks, first down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Fight! Green 80! 43! Check, 43! Let's go, baby! Turn it over! Get that ball!
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Spinning away, sliding out of the pocket. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Let's go!
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Nice pass that time by the #1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M. Then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. Pass complete here, Murray to White. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the Cardinal first down.
Set, ready, sit, keep running, keep running, sit.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
Ready, set, let's get. Let's go. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Throwing again, Murray. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jaron Reed. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Third and long.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
Watch the screen.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Logan. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the slats, watch the slats.
Here's Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
14 yards.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Terrell Suggs able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes home, and the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Terrell Suggs in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 36 yards on the play. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's third down.
What? We're waiting. I'm coming.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. He can't get him down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this for both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. They'll run on first down. Carson, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 39, Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 24-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
On second down, here's Murray. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Here we go. Pittsburgh, 54. Watch the run. They're running it.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
First down, Arizona.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready. Spike 56. And I'm coming after you.
From the 45 on second down. Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Al Woods able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
3rd and 12.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Here's Murray from midfield. Able to find Isabella. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
54, right there. 54, Mike. And let's get this. Check three.
They'll go back to the ground with Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go. He's on the base. Mike 56. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Complete to David Johnson. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Rolling to his, and he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Grenade! I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Wilson. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Terrell Suggs. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check, 43. Check. Get away.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Neville Hewitt. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Logan. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. So now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Crunch time, defense.
49, check 49, check 49.
Kill, kill, kill.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, check right. Watching you fly. Hey, let's get up.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Murray now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Charles Clay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Wilson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Wilson. Caught right side, Jaron Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Terrell Suggs make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Wilson, and an alley to run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Terrell Suggs in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Myers' kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Johnson.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets.
Championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal.